And stream is up. Okay. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another race in CRF3. Today, we are at Hungary in Hungary, which the name kind of implies. This should be. I'm joined in the booth by none other than Tier 1 commentator, Sebi.
Yeah, what's up, what's up?
Sadly,
Definitely
Laval wasn't
excited.
able to make it, so we now have him instead.
Yeah, nah, I'm a downgraded teams, huh? Really excited for this race. We've heard and seen a lot about Tier 3 being quite a competitive tier in their own mind. Ethan pulling out ahead by 11 points by 21 points off of Rapid. So we still got a good fight for the championship going with Labrat Dan in third, kind of inching a little bit behind him. But there's still a lot to play for in the championship now that Big T is not in Tier 3 anymore with him moving up in Tier 2.
Yeah.
Surprising win last race by Chowie, who is moved up to Tier 2 again. Hopefully this time he stays there.
We can only hope for his sake, as he
Yeah, we
fully
can
deserves
only
to
hope
be
for
there.
his sake. Yeah. But other than that, it is definitely a nice sight to see. Nobody yet out on track. Got some new faces in here. I think Fishy Boy's new. Who
Yep.
else? Yeah, other than that,
Everybody,
don't
yeah,
see
he's the
anybody.
only new guy here.
Yeah.
Came in last second as he had time to reserve, so that's always good to see.
Yeah, it's extremely good to see. Got 17 people, more than we had in Tier 2, as we do have a Mercedes coming out already.
I'll quickly just get this done, and that must actually have a Haas as the lead right now, which would not be pious. It is the
No, Bartek.
Haas of Bartek, yeah.
It's Bartek, P15.
Now, he has had some issues with internet lately, so will we see that come through again today?
If he has some more issues, we might need to bench him.
Yeah, this could be a bad track with how tight it is to have internet issues. It's obviously always bad, but when the tighter the track is, the more chaos it could cause if he just disappears all of a sudden.
I mean,
Yeah.
he is kind of twitching around left and right, a little more than you would like to. But at the moment, it seems a bit better than usual.
I'm hearing you're apparently quiet from Mike.
Yeah, because I'm not talking loudly right now. I can't talk as energetic as I usually do, which means, yeah, I can do that. No, actually, yeah, my microphone was on 44% for whatever reason, but that doesn't matter as we have Bartek now starting his lap. Yeah, I think that will be something we need to look out for. Let us see. Is he gonna bottle it into turn 1? No, he is not. Takes the apex quite nicely. Takes a little bit of curb on the outside. Should have taken a bit more, probably. Now down into turn 3, which is not that complicated, but because it's downhill, it does pose a little bit of a challenge with locking up. Now into the tight left-hander of turn 5. I think it's turn 5. Yes, it is. And, of course, the most tricky corner here, this right turn. You touch the curb and you're out. That's basically how it is. Over the chicane, takes it quite nicely. Does leave out a little bit of space on the curb, so he could push a bit harder throughout the next couple of laps.
Probably just want to get a clean banker in, something to go for.
Yeah. It at least looks like a lap that he's going to be able to finish cleanly and is able to set the benchmark time for the other drivers that we have right here. As we see him taking the last corner, the last 2 corners, now the last corner. Keep it as tight as possible. Yeah, I mean, we've seen in Tier 1, people have been taking that last corner in different ways. Some of them went for a late apex, some of them went for double apexes, and some of them just stood close the whole time to the apex. But yeah,
Yes.
that's a 115.2 for Bartek as his first banker lap, which isn't too bad, but also not too good.
As yeah, we now have Crack now sitting at 15-3, and Keslan set a not great 17-5 before. Keslan going off track, don't know why he's going off track. But Fishy Boy, 15 flat already. Setting the benchmark early on. But Kenyan also getting a 15-4 in the middle of that. And Pius 15-5 with Toby just sitting at 16 flat. We then have
Kenyan, the guy that's pretty unreliable when it comes to showing up to races he takes attendance for outside of Tier 3. Has been a reserve in multiple races and hasn't shown up in multiple of them as well.
Yeah, I see what he Ferrari fan doing what he usually does, always setting his first run on a set of mediums.
Sean is also on mediums now. He's thinking about going out on mediums as well.
That's
As
quite
times are
interesting.
rolling in, Harvey going for a nice little warm-up lap, it
Yeah.
seems.
Maybe Rapid will be the next guy to cross the line. No, he hasn't validated. Then let's check out Ethan. Just starting a lap. Ferrari fan on a lap.
Ethan nearly getting a point in Tier 1 yesterday. Went P11 and wasn't able to get that one singular point that he could have gotten. Also got a good amount of penalties there as for in-game penalties. So kind of lost out on that front. Would have been amazing to see a tier driver scoring a point in Tier 1. But still,
Yeah.
Ferrari fan keeping it clean so far on his mediums. Who knows? He should have probably kept the mediums for the race because this track is quite heavy on the tires.
Yeah, he always does this, it seems, going for mediums from the first run. But I feel like some tracks, it's a mistake to do that. Softs, they just... 15.6, that's actually pretty good for mediums, gotta say.
Yeah,
Compared
it's
to the
pretty good lap
others.
for mediums, but he is kind of putting those mediums into a stress cycle that is not really that necessary from the point of where we are in this race. When it comes to the tire degradation on this track is really high. Rapid having some issue, which is why he is ghosted now. Unghosted though, still going for that lap, so probably not a
See,
quick
Ethan,
lap.
14.5. Great lap from the
14.5
Red Bull
for
driver.
Ethan, 14.5, definitely a pace uplift towards this now P2 Fishy.
As we
And
now have
Rumble
Labadan starting a lap,
again.
and Sean starting a lap. Sean did go for the mediums after all, for his first run.
Yeah, seems to want to take a book out of Ferrari fans. Wants to take a page out of Ferrari.
As I would
fans'
like to
book.
quickly... Ooh, Rapid.
Yeah.
I think he... Look at the minimap, I think he might have gone backwards on track to into the pit lane.
This is not a park firme and rules off practice session. This is the race. This is the Hungary Grand Prix race.
Even if he didn't... Actually, Ferrari fan went for another lap, I think. Yes, he did, and he proved by a 10th. With his teammate now coming up next time, but even if he didn't go backwards, he did cross the pit entry line to get into that. So
We usually don't penalize that in the races for in the qualifying sessions, as far as I know.
yeah,
But if
but
it's
if
reported, we have to look at it and make up our minds on what we should give as a penalty.
yeah,
Because if it does come to a point, it's a fixed 3-second penalty point penalty.
as I see one, the Alpine's about to cross the line. It is the Alpine of Labradan, as Andy Ring is serving Qualiban today. Labradan setting a 15-1, getting him P3. Not bad, but with the time even as said, you would expect a bit more from the top drivers, I would say.
Andy Ring retiring from the session due to his quali ban. But we still got a couple of more minutes to go in this qualifying session.
Still think we have 10 minutes. Yeah, we still have 10 minutes to go, so not even halfway through quite yet.
Not halfway through quite yet, but already a 5/10 gap between P1 and P2. Would be amazing if Fishy Boy, I think actually making his debut today as a reserve, gets a good position to maybe even win the race and maybe pose a threat to Ethan, but from the times we see so far, is not going to be the case.
Is not up on his time currently. About a 10th down, so I don't think this will be too much of an improvement as Sean, was that guy? Sean still actually out on track. Let's see. He is half a 10th up on his time. He is going for an improvement. He fueled for more than one lap. But now this will have worn out the mediums way more for the race, so he won't have that cushion of the fresh extra mediums that the other drivers will have. Now he sets a 16.9. Not quite the 15.5s that we see on Ferrari fans mediums. So Ferrari fan maybe having good pace on here, but maybe sandbagging a bit on the first run. With those mediums. Now see the Wolf starting his lap. Any drivers about to finish their lap? I don't quite think so. Ragnar on a lap. So it's 50 but he hasn't validated. Okay, so let's go to Kragnar. 4 tenths up on his time though. That ain't good. So I don't think there's been an improvement from the Williams driver. Who would be next then? Let's look at the Wolf. He seems to be on a lap. 300s up on his time, so not that much of an improvement for sector 1, but maybe he lost some time with the other sectors compared to the others. As we'll have to see, as there's McLaren. Hopefully not getting in the way, sliding through the first apex of that chicane. McLaren getting out of the way quite nicely. Now, did that slide make him lose some time, as he is currently flashing? But he isn't anymore, maybe there's just some small recharge from the braking zone. As we see, he is down on his time now. That slide may be costing him a bit more time than he would have wanted. Now, does he have time to gain in the third sector, in the final sector? Or does he peel into the pit lane? He goes for the lap. He thinks he has time to find in the final corner here. Let's see.
He still has enough time. He still has enough time to get another lap in as well, but it seems to be a 15.5, so there is an improvement there, but not a big one. Toby has retired from the session. He just went into the wall. Yes, you can see on that little dot that is in the last at the end of sector 2 actually.
Little
He
red
has
dot.
retired. Yeah, there was a little red dot.
Yeah.
Because it was a Ferrari car. Now he's in the pit lane because of the retirement that he just endured. Not good from Toby.
You don't want to crash at any point in the racing weekend, as you always lose something from doing it.
I mean, to be fair, he did set a time, so he is gonna still finish ahead of Andy Ring, and some people aren't necessarily too fast, so he does keep some positions, but it's gonna be harder to overtake here. He might need to put on an alternative strategy.
As we now see Kesslin going 1.1 seconds faster, so maybe he could get ahead of Toby at the end of this.
Yeah, maybe he could. Not looking good for him yet, though. It's still 4 tenths off.
Let's see, it was Pyre starting his lap. We then have a V-Cup. Could it be the Wolf? Yes, but he's going to the pit lane. Ferrari fan on a lap, I think.
Ferrari fan on a lap. Yes, he is. Going around the last corner. Does take a normal line through there. Goes over the start-finish line. 15.0. Puts him into P4. I'm getting called again, so I have to mute myself again. God damn it.
That is completely fair. Now let's see. Who would next time be? That would be Fishy Boy, but he isn't improving. He's going to the pit lane. Almost spinning in the pit lane from going on the inside curb too much. Now, Rapsog would be the next driver to have line, but he is down on his time, it seems. Yeah, not a good lap. 6 seconds down. Maybe just a warm-up lap. So we then have a Williams car, I think. No, Alpine. Purple sector 2 it says, but he is down on his overall time. Can you find time in the final section? No, he goes into the pit lane. Now the next car would be the Haas of Pias, I would dare say. As he is about to go through the final corner right now. Normal line uses not all the track, could use a bit more, but let's see. He sets a 15 flat. A lot of drivers on the 15 zeros. It seems to be very competitive in the after the top 1 or 2, I would say. Now getting out of the way for the other car, which is a Williams, could be Ragnar starting his lap. It is indeed. As actually, before we go with him, we have Sean about to. Okay, no, Sean's about to start his lap. Rapsog, let's see, was it just a warm-up for Rapsog? He is 3 tenths up on his time. 3 seconds up on his time.
3.8 seconds he is. Going throughout that last corner now. Looking quite clean so far, but is he going to be able to improve it into the 15s, or is it going to be a 16? Looks like a low 15. He is on a 15.1, putting him into P7. But with all the other drivers improving as well, that might go down even further.
A big improvement from his first lap. He must have had a mistake on that first lap. Based on that delta he had.
Yeah, he must have.
Basically 4 seconds.
Toby in the chat saying, I just love this game. Don't we all? Luckily don't.
Game definitely has some issues that cannot be denied.
Yeah, I got issues, you got them too, but the game is one of the things that has way more issues.
John up on his lap time by 1.3 seconds. His previous lap time was set on mediums after all, so you would expect a big improvement. Now, not using all the exit there, but let's see. Creating a bit of a wide exit, using all the track though, so that's always good to see. As he sets a 15-5, putting him P13.
One question. Can you quickly check the assist restrictions?
Yes, I can. Is there a mistake there?
Pit assist has been left on.
Oh, that is a mistake.
Yeah, a huge one. Those are wrong settings, so we should be quickly seeing. Can you quickly go through all this? Oh my God, Sean!
Ooh, Sean,
Keep
big
behind the track.
mistake. I will quickly go through all settings. So the
Yeah.
pit assist restrictions
Pit
wrong.
assist is on. Short long. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. Strict reduced off. That's fine. Yeah, it's only pit assist. It's only pit assist that is enabled. That is wrong. Okay.
Oh, Sean almost spinning again through the flat-out right-hander. Almost pushing on his in-lap, it seems. As now, Fishy Boy about to finish his lap. See what he is able to do. Ooh, almost goes wide, but doesn't quite. He sets a 14-8, putting him P3. Just behind Bartek. Now, is Bartek able to improve? He hasn't validated, so he'll probably either go into the pits now, or he will. It'll have to be a fast turnaround for him to be able to get the pits
I'm
done.
quickly assessing the regulation to see if there is something along the lines of restarting because of that. Yep, we are able to restart it. So after this qualifying session, we are going to quickly stop the lobby and re-invite everybody, because this pit assist thing is something that is accounting for a restart.
Okay, good to know.
I'm quickly going to announce it.
As now, let's look at who would be on a lap. If Rifan is he on a lap? Yes, he is already 4/10 up through sector 1. No, it wasn't. Only a 600s up. Bit of a tricky one there with the delta not showing correctly, but 600s up. Could be some time there. But he would need to find some more for the second and third sector to be able to get within competitive of the others. Pyre starting a lap, that's the Haas. Could the Red Bull be even starting a lap? Yes, it is. With the Mercedes. Let's see over there. Being one starting a lap.
Fan 600th up right now on his time. Not a massive improvement, but that will maybe put him in front of Pyres right now.
That one position could be all he needs to be able to have a good fight with the others. If Pyres doesn't have to race pace and will
goes around the last corner, maybe getting a little bit of a slipstream towards the line. It is a 49, which puts him in front of Pyres into P5. Really nicely done by him. One of the 5 only people setting a 14. Of course, Ethan's lap still a massive gap towards P2.
yeah.
So it's still going good. Ooh, Kragnar going and spinning on the pit entry. Seems to not be really happy about his setup, but we can go on board with somebody else. We have Ethan on the lap right now. Is he going to improve? Is he not?
He is 700s
up. 700s up already. So we are able to identify if he is going to go fast.
No,
a couple of drivers already finished
he
qualifying.
has backed off, I think. Yes, he has.
Off. Yes, he has. He is charging up. Doesn't
He
seem
will
like
not
is
be
gonna
setting
go
a
for
lap
another
time then.
improvement.
Bartek, not improving his time because he wasn't validated. Now one of the Mercedes drivers.
Labradan should be on the lap right now.
The next driver would be a red. That would be Ethan. The other driver would be.
Go for Labradan.
Rapid.
Let's see what Labradan is able to do. Oh, Rapid though. Huge improvement.
14.3.
40.3. Really good improvement by Rapid there. Good job.
Labradan hasn't validated, sadly.
Labradan hasn't validated, so that puts him basically at P3. Is there Wolf or Sean going to be able to improve anything on their laps though? Let's see if we're able to go onto the onboard with their Wolf.
Der Wolf, he is current. As he does
Over the
actually.
line, and he puts himself into P8. Quite a good improvement. Sean, the only guy now that needs to go over the line. Only a 700th improvement so far, if we can say anything about it.
He is currently P10.
But yeah, like I said, there will be a lobby restart. There will be a lobby restart, so we got to invite everybody. I'm quickly going to get a screenshot from the drivers that are there. There we go. First screenshot made. Let me quickly copy paste it. There we go. But yeah. Daredevil, there we go. And the second part, here we go. And then now you can just quickly go in. Let's wait until the next session, and then you can quit. Do not take the race start. There we go.
So do I? Ooh, would have been rain. We should.
It would have been rain.
We need to
actually,
see if we can get a weather from one of the drivers.
Maybe Andy Ring is streaming it, so we can actually simulate the weather into the way it was supposed to be.
Do I just leave the lobby now?
Yeah, you can. Let's see. Is Andy Ring gonna go? Yes, he is. I got the weather.
Good.
I got the weather. We got the weather for the lobby. Of course, it's only approximate, so we are able to fix it. Boom, there we go. There we go. Okay, well then, guys, I'm sorry for the delay now, but we are going to recreate and restart the lobby due to a wrong setting in said lobby.
I'll just quickly go through all of it. Assist restrictions this time.
This time, yeah, you can. Everybody is able to see the assists that we are putting on. Pit assist is disabled. There we go, and then keep on with making the lobby.
Yep. That is all correct.
Session time is official. No. Create the lobby first and then custom weather.
Okay, yep.
Create the lobby first and then custom weather.
Formation lab off. Red flags off. This should be immersive.
This should be on reduced. Yes.
Immersive on strict.
There we go. Fits. Then hard is already, and car damage should be on reduced standard. That's all the settings. So now we go over and quickly invite everybody.
Yep. Now let's get everybody in quickly. Just gonna spectate. So we need Andy. Again, I do apologize for this, guys. There was a mistake on my end while making the lobby.
Then when you have invited everybody...
Oh, I need to
yeah, you need to set the lobby to F122.
Yep. I just saw that as well.
Yep. Keep sending invites out then. No Kenyon, there will not be qualifying. We have the qualifying order. That's why we've proceeded to let qualifying just pull through, as usual.
I'll actually quickly need to change that as well.
Qualifying will not be. We have a custom grid editor that we will need to be using in the game, so we are able to set everything manually. So basically, it's gonna get resumed from the normal race session, based on the qualifying that was happening right before we cancelled the race. The weather is gonna be replicated of the session.
We do have the correct weather from the stream of Andy Ring, is it?
Andy Ring luckily went onto the strategy, so we were able to see the rain. So Andy Ring, thank you for providing that. Without even wanting to, probably, but yeah.
It makes it better for us, as we can get the race going as it was supposed to be.
There we go. This should be everybody, right?
I've invited everybody, but we still need everybody to join first.
Yeah, you can do the weather. You can do the weather now.
Yeah, settings.
Let's go settings. Then we go on to weekend struct. Yeah, weather and time date. There we go. Customize weather. And then we do wet.
That'll be wet, yeah. And the next one will
First
be
one's wet.
wet.
The next one is wet.
First 3 are wet.
The first 3 are wet. Then the next 3.
I
Oh, you
cannot
can't do
add
more than
more.
3. Then what we're gonna do is we're gonna do
Wet, cloudy, and then
wet, overcast, dry, and
light cloud dry.
light cloud dry. Yep. There we go. That's how it's kind of was. That's the only thing we can change.
Yep.
Sadly, the F1 game isn't too smart about this part. So yeah.
I will just quickly check that everybody is in. We're still missing a few people.
Yeah, we're still missing a couple.
Cast
Kenyon says
energy.
he needs an invite.
I'll just send him one then. Where is Kenyon? There he is. So we're missing 3 drivers. No, 2 drivers. Kenyon and a B. Yep, sorry. Missing Kenyon and Fishy Boy.
You can already start doing the lineup though. I can give you
Yes.
who is where. On first position,
That would
proudly,
be...
weekend structure.
Yep.
And then grid editor. First position, out of nowhere, Rapid.
That's...
There you go. Second position is Ethan. So we got a little bit of a Red Bull-ish lockout in the front.
And then
Labrador
it is
in third.
Labrador.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep it for you. Then we got Bartek in P4. Really good qualifying from him. Is he gonna pull it together in the race? We will be able to see in a short second. Fishy Boy 8 in P5. In P6 we got Ferrari fan,
That
who's
is correct.
perfectly placed already. Pius in P7. Then it's Der Wolf.
And he's down.
Der Wolf is in 8. Rap Zorg is in 9th. Then we got Sean in P10.
Yes.
Kragna in P11. Harvey in P12. P13 is Kenyon. Toby is P14.
Correct.
Keslan is P15. Liam Watt is... Yeah, that's the order. You got everybody correctly assessed. So we are able to go back, and we can start the race in a second. I got pinged.
Yes.
There we go. T1 also not updated. Yeah. Okay, yeah. No. We got everything situated at everyone. Ready up. It's time to race. Boop. There we go. So everybody is now able to ready up. We are gonna have a race of a lifetime with the weather quite simulated into the correct order.
As good as good as we can get it.
As best as we can get it. Yeah, we are only able to set 3 slots, but we set it to wet, overcast, and light.
Light overcast. Which is what we would see from the info we have from another driver stream. Now, I'll once again apologize for this mistake that happened. And we will now get racing. Now, we'll be able... The drivers are just getting started on, as it is starting off raining, of course, as now we're just waiting for them to do the strategies now. Based on qualifying, who would you say has the best chance of winning?
Who has the best chance of winning? I mean, the pole position has been taken by Rapid. Still a championship contender, but some unlucky stuff has been happening to him, which is also why he is kind of far back comparatively. He's 21 points back, so a win would put him closer, but at this rate, I think Ethan would win this whole championship if he just keeps getting P2s. Labradan also really close to P1 with 2 points off of Rapid. So 23 points off of Ethan. And Mercedes fan, surprisingly, two P3s, is in the 4th spot. So we got some people who are able to do something still.
Now, the question is, who will be good in the rain? As the rain seems to be the splitting thing in this game more than the dry.
Ethan is gonna get a very good start off of the rain because of the grip that people do have from using a controller. Labrador, I think, is using a wheel, so he might struggle in the early stages of the race. Der Wolf as well, for example.
We can hear the
But
beeping.
yeah, the beeping. Do I or do you take the race start?
I'll do it this time.
Okay, you do it this time then, buddy.
As now, the lights will be going on. 1 light, 2 lights, 3 lights, 4 lights, 5 lights. And it's go, go, go. Let's see how Even can we see. Does he get a better start than Rapid? Rapid sliding off, even getting a great launch compared to Rapid. Rapid probably will be losing it into turn 1. Does he lose it? Yes, he does. As actually we see the Wolf going for a great dive on the inside of the hard side of Bartek. But he can't quite get it ahead at the end. Now, will he be able to stick beside? No, he isn't. But now he has Ferrari fan up at his inside. And we actually also have Toby going way off track here at the back. Yellow flags from, I think, Andy Ring. Dropping a few players, as we actually have Toby all over the track there.
We got a lot of drivers in the back being really squirrely. Luckily, no front wings flown off. A lot of positions lost for Toby.
Oh, and there's contact between the Ferrari and McLaren. Between the Ferrari of Toby and the McLaren of Fishy Boy. They are now way far behind us. Has been front wing loss on one of the drivers I saw.
Yeah, you can maybe go on to Fishy Boy's car and just
look
back.
It is Fishy Boy's right end plate. Fishy Boy
lost something there. Not really that good in the rain where you need more downforce to actually get through to the pack. And that just leaves everybody in front a bit more excited as they are not last.
Andy Ring maybe going for a move. No, as there's actually front wing off one of the kick salvers going off, and
Rapsog Kesslin is off. This race is not a good start for the people in the back.
Already a huge gap behind ahead of the Aston Martin driver of Liam. 3.3 seconds to the group ahead, with the top 2 already having a 2-second gap to the cars behind.
Yeah, the top 2 are fighting and keep fighting. Rapid, though, looks to be going for the normal racing line, which means less speed on the exit. Because usually it isn't that important to get an exit like that with the racing line he's taking. But in the wet, it's more sufficient to get a better exit.
I saw Sean make a move on Labadan on the leaderboard.
Yeah, Labradan doesn't seem to like to favor these conditions, as I've already predicted beforehand, successfully. Der Wolf, though, still kept his position quite nicely.
Ooh, as we have the Ferrari fan and Bartek going side by side through the chicane. Interesting place to go side by side. That's actually, I think Ferrari fan might have
contact. No wing damage, though.
I thought I saw some carbon fiber fly off, but maybe not. Unless it is from Bartek.
Seems like it was just an illusion. But further behind, Kenyon making an overtake on Pius, getting it done cleanly, it seems.
Pius maybe making a mistake in the rain based on the gap that's there.
Yeah, it seems like Pius isn't too happy about these conditions either. But they are going to be driving up over the longer term of the rest of the race. Bartek now already a 4-second gap towards Rapid and Ethan. Ethan and Rapid just in a league of their own in this race so far. Ethan also getting the fastest lap with a 29.3. Really nicely done. Anybody able to maybe get one up on that front?
Drive going for a move on the inside of turn 1. As there's yellow flags with Liam spinning in the final corner, but Drive getting ahead out of turn 1. Bartek going slightly off track. I think there was space given, but Bartek has ceded the position to the kick Sauber.
Ferrari fan just dove down on the inside and makes the move stick quite cleanly to get ahead of Bartek. But that's gonna cost them dearly when it comes to the people that are in front of them. Now another second between the two, between the top 2 and the rest, which is going over the long run impact them pretty much quite a lot.
Now, is there a chance that Ferrari fan has better pace than Bartek? Doesn't actually look like it. It seems like he's just slowly losing time as well.
Of course, the overtaking opportunities are also quite scarce with the DRS not being enabled now. It's all about the exit. It's all about how you are taking the exit on a corner, which Rapid so far hasn't been able to quite put into a good lap and into a good overtaking opportunity, or they might actually just want to get slipstream and leave together in a group, so they are not getting attacked for the rest of the race. Who knows? How are they gonna react? We will see in the next couple of laps, of course.
The Wolf keeping, not really getting catching the cars ahead, but maybe keeping a bit of a gap. And losing a little bit. Maybe Sean going for a move on their Wolf.
Sean is eyeing up the inside. He is gonna go into that inside gap that he's now left. Is he gonna keep it clean and dive down the inside? He does. He is next to him, but Der Wolf is gonna get a better exit out of that corner. So they're still side by side, going into turn 3 now. Sean is ahead, slides a good amount though, but that gives him the rotation he needs to actually get ahead of Der Wolf quite convincingly. And now the next target up ahead is the House of Bartek.
I was actually see the Kenyon and Kragnar going side by side for a bit, but Kenyon backing out, not wanting to go side by side through the fast left-hander, which is frankly understandable. We saw an incident happen there in Tier 2, I think it was, where I sadly didn't race, but I did watch the live stream. As actually they're gonna go side by side again. Ooh,
they're side by side going through the tire, the right and left handers that are present in the second sector. But Kenyon still stays behind. He feels like Kragnar is extremely slow compared to him, but he just needs to make that overtake stick. But so far, nothing doing for him there. He's still pushing on, basically just pushing him around the track. Is Kenyon going for a move right here? Yes, he is. He's going a bit off the track, though. That wasn't sneaky dive.
Bit aggressive.
Oh, bit aggressive, but it does make it work, and he is up into P8 now. He got Kragnar on that turn that is quite impossible to dive down into because you're turning in so early for it. What a great move by him.
Now, will Kragnar have some choice words about Kenyon in that scenario? I could imagine he does. As it was kind of out of nowhere, the dive bomb, and it was kind of cheeky with the amount of space that was given, but fair play to Kenyon. Saw the gap and went for it and made it stick cleanly, as we actually do have Ferrari and McLaren behind, going side by side basically everywhere it seems. Now Toby getting ahead of the McLaren. Both with McLaren with damage, but keeping up with the Ferrari that doesn't have damage, pushing him through the corners basically.
Yeah, that is not something we like to see, pushing somebody through corners, but as long as they keep it clean, it is quite okay.
As the only driver
of course,
actually...
Fishy with the damage on his front wing, still pushing on. He might want to wait for a safety car. Bartek is getting a 3-second time penalty. He is kind of a penalty magnet when it comes to off-track penalties so far in this season. Every single race that we've seen from him, he has gotten a time penalty.
It is something he definitely needs to work on, as Fishy Boy also gets one, but you know, with front wing damage in the wet, it's kind of understandable with how much honesty he would experience. Especially on the high downforce track like Hungary.
Ethan now setting another fastest lap of the race. It's slowly but surely getting less wet on the track as it seems already. We do know that it's going to be a wet into a dry race, but when is the point where everybody's gonna dive down into the pit lane and get themselves new tires? That's something that's still going to play out for. At the moment, it's still raining. We still got some droplets coming down onto the track, so it's not quite yet time to box, as there is still a lot of water on the track. Not enough to warrant wet tires, though. We got a move from Toby on Andy Ring, though. Andy Ring getting caught out, and Toby making that move stick quite convincingly. What is Andy Ring going to do? Not diving down the inside. He stays behind. He feels like Toby might have more pace than him. And
Toby
so
maybe getting screwed over by his crash in qualifying in terms of where he would be on track. As actually Fishy Boy drifting out of the right-hander in the background there.
Yeah, he has less wing. He's scrubbing the tires more, which also means he is getting more drag on those fronts. And therefore also less turn-in over time. So he is screwing himself over quite a bit more than he would like to. Might be nice to box early and hope that everybody else needs to box for the rain that we have at the moment.
They would have a better idea of exactly when the rain ends than us, as they would have more boxes to look at than we could set, so... Yeah, maybe the rain is lasting longer than it was, and we would expect it to last. So now the gaps are growing quite a bit. not really anybody, that many people within 1 second of car ahead anymore.
Yeah, we already have a good gap between Ferrari fan and Rapid, though. That's already a near 10-second gap between these two packs. Of course, we got some couple of packs going. Rabzok going past Harvey through turn 1, making it stick quite nicely. And
With
he
damage
keeps
as
that
well.
position quite convincingly. He has damage. He did drive in tier 1 as well, but he was far back. He didn't perform like Ethan, and wasn't really a nice performance from him there in tier 1. But you have to try. How else are you going to improve? But of course, we have a lot of just singled out groups. We got the group of Ethan and Rapid. We got Ferrari fan and Bartek. We got Sean.
Oh, I
and
actually saw
Ethan
even
was
off.
Ethan is off the track. And that means Rapid has taken the lead with a good amount of time between the two. That seems to have been a mistake by Ethan.
Maybe losing the rear end on turning in the right-hander and having to correct it so you can and go straight off track.
The rear tires are getting burned through more on a wet track usually than in the dry. The rear tires really needing to have a lot of work. Really needing to work a lot.
Now, is this the chance for Rapid to get some clean air and then just pull away? Was he just maybe not pushing as much behind Ethan?
It is not only a chance to get some clean air, he does have clean air and he does make it work on the straights. Getting about 2/10 now on Ethan alone. Probably Ethan overheating his tires with that huge slide off of the track. But then again, everybody is struggling. Everybody is sliding around. He just overdid it.
Will this cost Ethan the race win in the long run, as actually Toby is getting past Harvey in the back here? Harvey not seeming to have the best pace in the rain. He usually is decently in midfield and dry, but not liking the rain that much, seems.
Yeah, Toby, after qualifying, is able to get a bit further ahead. He is currently into P12 after that crash that he had with Fishy. Question is, who was at fault? That's something we might see after the race.
Yeah. There'll definitely be a steward support in that scenario, as Fishy gets another 3 seconds. That is up to 9 now, I believe. Yes,
Yeah,
9 seconds of penalties.
Bartek still only 3, but he is still the only person outside of inside the top 10 with a penalty. But at the moment, it's going to drop in around P5. If he finishes with this, like if we finish like this, he's still going to be P4, which is a good finish. Rapid now putting another fastest lap in. Seems like the track is drying up quite immensely. Yes, it is. We don't have any rain anymore on the track.
There's
No, actually,
a slight bit.
some small droplets, but it's starting to get better and better for the drivers, and therefore also the times. Ethan getting gapped quite massively, like extremely right now. He loses about 3 to 4 tenths a lap. So that means Rapid is giving himself a buffer to go into the pits quite nicely. This race, of course, probably people will go onto the hards, or because the track's more slippery, we'll choose a softer compound of tire. But we will be able to see probably in just a couple of laps time. It seems like the rain is actually gone now.
We can go on onboard, maybe. Yeah, the rain is fully gone. There's nothing on the halo.
No rain anywhere to see, so it's now just a matter of drying up the track and then getting the DRS enabled again, and then we can have some proper racing with DRS.
So we have
Kenyon though. Ooh, Kenyon really pushing it here, wanting to get past Der Wolf. Der Wolf really struggling on his tires as well.
Maybe he's just overheating them more than the others. As now the track is drying up, they will be overheating quite a lot. Especially on a track like Hungary with a lot of high-speed corners and downforce necessary.
Maybe in the next 2 minutes it will dry up, but right now it still seems quite slippery and greasy.
They will be forming a dry line though. So if they want to cool down tires, they will have to go offline.
You
Kenyon.
can see how greasy the track is by just looking at the reflections there, and Kenyon is taking all the advantages he can from that. Tries to push Der Wolf into a weird line for the final corner to get a way better exit. Does he get that better exit though? We have Labrador right behind the two. He does not necessarily get a better exit, but he is gonna go dive down the inside, is he? No, he is not. He's gonna stay behind Der Wolf.
So we actually have Ferrari fan and Bartek boxing.
Yeah, you should probably put that over to none again, so we are able to see who is pitting. Seems like Bartek, Ferrari fan, and Rabzog might be pitting actually.
Yeah, Rabzog has boxed, yeah.
Yeah, the others. Yeah, Bartek has also boxed, it seems.
And
Or
Ferrari
he has
fan.
just made a huge mistake. Ferrari fan also. Yeah, they are on hard tires. This is not going to be the decision that they would like right now.
They are struggling, sliding with all over the place, not being able to put the power down quite as they want. As Toby also gets 3 seconds now.
Toby with a 3-second, not really that good. He's pushing himself further and further up, but with that 3-second time penalty, all the work that he's done so far is getting demolished.
Now, was it too early for these drivers to box as Fishy Boy... Ooh, Fishy Boy off!
Boy. Into the wall, still driving though.
Retired.
And he retired on track, and that's a definite qualifying ban. Or is it? Are his tires still on? That's the question.
His tires are still on.
So that means he did retire on track.
He crashed and then didn't want to deal with it. As actually, John was basically stood still on the pit entry, I think. For a little bit.
Could be. It's still funny how we don't get a safe... Oh, wait, no. It wasn't a crash retirement. It was a crash and a manual retirement, which means there's not going to be a safety car for it.
Did Rapid, I think, made a mistake going onto the hards as well.
Yeah, it does look like it. But it's a bit drier now. Rapid still, though, P2.
Let's look at his pace compared... Oh, no, I don't think it's the right choice.
Huge tires. It's not really a good choice to box yet. It's not even DRS enabled.
Look at his teammate overtaking him with ease.
Yeah, these tires are not the right ones yet. They are cold. They will stay cold, and they will not warm up quite as nicely as he would have liked. He's going sideways yet again. This is not going the way that Rapid has hoped for. This was way too early to box. The track is looking dry, but as long as the DRS is disabled, there's no need to pit.
As actually, Rapid has spun.
Rapid has spun!
And he's missing his right end plate.
He has gotten damage as well. This is not good. This was not as good as he would have liked, as Ethan now stays ahead in the lead quite convincingly. And there's no way that Rapid is going to get that time back. And at the moment, Ethan looks to be the winning driver of this Grand Prix. With the gap that he has now to De Wolf, 24 seconds now. That's basically a free pit stop at any point of the race.
He's currently also saying fastest lap after fastest lap on those worn intermediates.
Yeah, the track is getting speedier and speedier. We got Kragner now into the pits. I don't think it's a good decision to now go into the pits.
Now,
the best part is you go into the pits after seeing another driver in front of you spinning out on the compound of tires that you probably will go on, which is not something you'd like to see. And no, he is on hard tires. Yeah, no, that's Rapid. Sorry.
Rapid going to softs.
It's the best decision he could have done right now.
Yeah.
Because he is trying to just gain some places back and hopes for a safety car in the latter stages to maybe get something done. And soft tires are the best for these conditions right now. We are on the crossover, but it's still favoring the intermediates.
Let's just look at the gap between Ethan here in P1.
The track isn't as greasy anymore. You can see it by the reflections on the track. There's not really any car. We got a safety car.
As we have... Oh! Kestland crossing pit entry line, going backwards in track to get into the pit lane, do this damage. Crashing on purpose in the pit lane.
That's gonna be a really harsh penalty, I can tell you that already. That was not good to see. That was nothing that we like to see. That was abhorrent.
Now, Ethan wasn't able to box. Does Der Wolf box? Yes, he does.
Yeah, of course he will. This is the perfect opportunity to box. In the next couple of laps, DRS will probably get enabled.
As Sean gets 3 seconds for multiple warnings on the safety car.
That's not something you would like to see. But now is the chance for Der Wolf to pit, to get ahead, and to have the correct tires. Ethan's pit stop should have happened. He can still pit. He's 33 seconds in front. He can still pit and be fine. But he's stuck behind the safety car right now, so he is supposed to slow down. The Ferrari fan actually getting through. So Ferrari fan has taken the provisional lead of the Grand Prix at this very moment. We have somebody off. It's Kenyon, who's just lost his front wing fully.
No, it's an Aston Martin.
No, it's an Aston Martin. It's Liam Watt without a front wing.
Yeah. Both Astons lose their front wings. Him going off, but...
Not a
Ooh.
good showing for both of the Aston Martins. And he's now gonna hold up everybody behind him with that broken wing.
He looks like he's driving to a delta almost. Look
He
at
probably
51 seconds. 50 seconds.
This is not good for the drivers behind Liam Watt. Liam Watt now basically a virtual safety car on the road. Everybody else now, of course, stuck behind him. They probably have like 4 to 5 to even 10 seconds of delta now. And Ethan can take that free pit stop without a doubt and without a problem in mind. So the advantage that they had going into the pits early is now diminished fully because of Liam Watt in front.
Liam Watt has just saved Ethan's race, I think.
Yeah, Liam Watt has saved Ethan. Hashtag free my boy, free my boy Ferrari fan, you know?
Right, fan.
Free my
Being
boy Wolf.
definitely annoyed by the Aston Martin there. But Aston Martin not doing anything wrong, just driving along, trying to get into the pit lane. Not obligated to go off track to let every other driver by, like we saw Swifty do at Silverstone Tier 2.
Yeah. Not obligated to do so.
Now Ethan will be looking back and wondering where they all are, given that's under safety car condition.
I know he has the stream open, so he probably hears us.
Yeah.
So he knows exactly what just happened, and he's laughing his chin off by what has happened in the back because of a back marker who lost his wing.
He also have rapid boxing again. Makes sense, given he was on the soft tires. He'll now go to the hards to go to the end.
Yeah, he probably will, or he is. I'm indeed. He is indeed laughing his chin off right now. He says in chat. So we got hard tires on rapid, so he's gonna go to the end with those.
I was like, he's looking at the tires for everybody.
Everybody should be on hards.
Yeah, the question is like,
Liam Watt though pitted for mediums. What a strategy choice we have here.
22 laps on mediums. That'll be quite the stretch. I don't think that if they even can make it, I doubt they will.
Yeah, 20 laps is a huge, huge, huge stretch.
Now, as Firefan has now caught up to Ethan on the safety car. This shows how much time they lost behind Liam, given he had damage. That he only just caught up in sector 3 the next lap. Will they be able to get heat into those tires? The hards, they could get tricky to put heat into. Especially if the track is still cold from the rain earlier. Now some drivers will probably be going AI mode now to get the tire temps up, but as we can see by Ferrari fan, he doesn't seem to be doing that. He seems to be going with the old weaving strategy.
Yeah, I mean, it's still a strategy that works. Not as effective as it should, because brake dragging has been completely removed from F124.
Now every driver will just be going to AI mode as the AI don't have to deal with tire temps, so it'll just go automatically back to optimal tire temps.
Not the optimal tire temps, but they will go higher over time, even though they aren't pushing the tires as much, at the cost of a bit more tire deg.
And also more fuel.
Yeah, and more fuel, which might be good under the safety car, so the trade-off is actually quite good.
Yeah. Maybe they also underfueled a bit because of the rain. You never know.
They probably have, so we still got a good amount of laps right ahead of us.
Now, this could be an exciting race between Ferrari fan and Ethan, I think. Because Ferrari fan, he shows he has pace. He has shown before. He needs to work on his battery management, but he has shown he has pace. As I do think probably safety car will come in this lap.
Yeah, we will see in the middle of sector 3 probably.
It does.
Safety car is going in, so we got a nice little race restart from Ethan now. Daredevil, of course, nicely turning on the telemetry to see if there will be a fake restart or not, to make the jobs of the stewards in this tier a bit easier if there is a fake safety car restart report.
We have seen it happen in Tier 3 Canada.
Yeah, Big T restarting twice under the safety car, and it has been punished accordingly. But will we see a clean restart now? As Ethan is still not going...
As he has now gone.
He's going. Ferrari fan getting a bit caught out by that restart. But
Bit
the
of a
drivers in the back are still all on each other's tail. We got some people going side by side. We got Kenyon now on Sean going side by side into turn 1. Doesn't make the overtake stick, but does he have the ability to go side by side into turn number 3? Has the car of Devolf in front of him. We got some damage in the background going on. We got
Contacts between the two Haas cars.
Between the two Haas cars, not something we like to see, but it does happen sometimes. We got Rap Zog being side by side with Andy Ring now. And of course, Rapid trying to get through. Andy Ring losing 2 positions in that very moment. Not really positive for him there. Liam Watt, of course, being a lapped car, is gonna get...
And he spins! And he's in the wall, and that's not a safety car. That's gonna be a safety car. It is.
That's a safety car again.
And not a safety car. Both Aston Martins causing safety car now. Spinning at the same part Fishy did earlier in the race.
Yeah, and this time it's a DNF, so both the Aston boys now out. Both of them causing a full-blown safety car.
As I do see Mike wants to see pens.
The penalties.
So
yeah,
let's see.
He does want to see those. Everybody has a 3 seconds so far. The only guy with 9 seconds was Fishy, and he did retire on track.
Was a crash followed by manual retirement as he kept his tires after the crash.
Yeah, crash into a manual retirement, so that will be punished.
Now, will some people get back to boxing? Yes, I think one of them were. Let's go back to none. Yes, Andy Ring boxed.
No, Rabzog did.
Oh, Rapsog boxed. My mistake.
Seems like he does maybe have some damage, or he thinks that mediums might be the better fit for the rest of the race.
He is going for mediums only.
Yeah, he thinks mediums are the better fit for the rest of the race. Quite a questionable decision.
It's going to be a very big stretch.
They can make it, but it's not really what you want to see.
He'll have to do some incredible time management, I would have to say. Now, he just has to catch up to the back of the safety car. I'm guessing the safety car will be in next lap, given they have to do 2 laps on the safety car. Well, 1 lap on the safety car, 1 full lap. So I would assume, given he will catch him in time, safety car will probably be in next lap, I would assume.
Maybe even this lap, but... yeah, it's all about Rabzog pushing now. Because he does push. Why is he pushing those tires as hard as he is? It's safety car conditions. Why is he pushing the tires that much? Does he actually want some wear on them? I don't think people want to. We got some position swaps in the front though under the safety car, and that's caused a little bit of a kerfuffle right over here.
Look at them all holding each other back right there. That'll definitely make it so the safety car doesn't come in this lap. Now, Pa is getting 10 seconds for annoying yellow flag because of this mess.
Yeah, he doesn't screw around on that part. He just goes through and gets a penalty for it.
Now, will he have some evidence that shows that the penalty is undeserved? Bartek also getting 10 seconds now.
As long as they have evidence that the penalty isn't deserved, it might get taken away.
Unless they serve it under the race, then we can't do anything. But I would assume, given they're on hard, they don't box again. Unless there's a safety car, of course.
Which might put them onto soft tires.
Yeah.
And then we will have the situation where the penalties are not going to be taken away. As we go for another lap around this nice little track.
Ooh.
Pushing.
I think Bartek might have teleported there a little bit. Unsure, but there was definitely some contact between the Ferrari and the Haas. If we see a penalty,
and we have some messages in the tier 3 chat. Bartek asking, the frick have I done? And then
ooh, as a see Bartek tabbing out to text in chat. That is why he's teleporting.
Yeah.
And he has retired.
Another manual.
And Liam Watt has left, but he's already retired from the race, of course.
I mean, yeah, Liam Watt doesn't really matter. And now he's probably gonna...
manual retirement from the Haas driver.
Yeah. Pi is really annoyed with his reserve teammate today.
I don't quite understand why he would retire there.
Probably do not impact the race as much anymore.
But still, if he could go to the end on those tires, if there was not a safety car, he would still get good points. If he had evidence to show that the penalty was not fair. And anything could happen in a race still. As the safety car is in this lap.
And Ethan gets to do another race restart.
As he's actually
This
brake
time,
dragging.
he's brake dragging. Doesn't do anything anymore though.
Brake dragging was only a thing in F1 23, sadly. But maybe some
Yeah.
people enjoy it being gone. You never know. I quite enjoyed it.
I liked it as well because it does make sense that the tires are getting heated up by the brakes.
Now let's
As
see
the
when
brakes
does he...
hardly reach temperatures of about 1,000 as we are waiting for the restart to happen now by Ethan. Ethan goes right now. He goes way earlier than the last time, and it's off we go. Everybody seeming to behave. Nobody having a look down the inside so far. We got a Mercedes in the background looking down into a gap. That's Harvey trying to make an overtake on Toby, and he does not make it stick yet. They are still side by side. Toby gets pushed off. A little bit of contact there, but Toby should have the better line, and he's barely making it work there. He's not able to make another counter offer on that accepted deal from Harvey. As Harvey is now hunting down Kragner, looking quite stable and good. Kragner, of course, having his DRS turned off, or is that are those rain lights? No, that is his ERS turned off to none.
There's been a crash.
There's been a crash. The Wolf has spun or has crashed. Something happened there.
Missing his left end plate now.
His left end plate is gone.
Now look at the
Whatever
gap that is
happened
created between Ferrari and Sean. 2 seconds almost. Now what did happen there? We don't know, but maybe there's something in TS3 chat about what happened.
No, not yet.
I assume not, because he is still driving, so he'll probably just try and get back in it.
Der Wolf could have gotten some great points today, but he doesn't. With that crash, he is barely able to make it back into the points, probably. He is about 6 seconds off of the pack in front. We got Kenyon now going for a move on Sean. This time, though, tries to make it stick, and they touch! Both of them going off track, which invites Pius into P3. And this has been an overtake attempt that did not work out. Kenyon, though, wants to keep going. Does go around the inside, and he does make it work. Seems like Sean thinks he is at fault for that crash and just lets him through.
Now, I don't know if Sean was at fault for that, even though Sean might think it. It's difficult to see from the spectator camera angle. But now this has created another gap between Pius and the cars behind. Can Kenyon get back in 1 second? Or is he just sliding out, pushing maybe to get back in? But I don't think he can get it if he's sliding that much.
Ethan already getting a quite convincing gap to Ferrari fan. He is looking quite good on those hard tires. What is Ferrari fan able to say about that though? Rabzog overtaking Andy Ring quite far in the background. Does seem to make it work. Nice little overtake there. Rapid overtaking Toby now. We're side by side into that second to last corner. But have sorted themselves out. Toby now the last position, 4 points.
Sean boxes.
Sean boxes?
And he's retired from the race.
And that is probably a race ban, if I'm not mistaken. That should be his 3rd offense.
As he goes side by side through turn 3. Oh, Kragner going wide, inviting Labadan to go through both of them. He does get through both of them because of that. As actually we have Toby off in the background, and he has crashed out. And there's not a safety car. And there's a crash right behind here as well. As we have Harvey way off track.
And that means everybody in the race, apart from one person, is getting points. And now it might be smart to actually box for medium tires.
Labradan getting drive-through for speeding.
No, Labradan did everything correctly till now. He hasn't had any penalties, no warnings it seems as well. And he gets a penalty like this. No, Labradan didn't need this. His championship hopes and dreams are just gonna go away from this point onwards.
Ethan might just come into tier 3 and dominate.
Yeah.
And sadly, and from what I've heard, he doesn't have the schedule to be able to race on Saturdays in tier 2.
Yeah, most likely has to be removed from tier 3 afterwards. Maybe, who knows? We will see.
Depends on the gapping grade here, as we actually have Ferrari fan Rapid and Andy Ring boxing. Andy Ring thinking maybe he can service drive through here, or maybe he's just going for mediums.
No, Andy Ring doesn't have the drive-through. Labradan.
Labradan does, yeah. I'm sorry for that. Labradan, this is really hurt his race and his championship fight.
Ethan could probably be reasonable. Oh my god, we got somebody advertising something that we do not like. So we time him out and we get rid of him. Bye-bye.
Mike thinking Ethan could be reasonable in tier 1.
I don't think he would be reasonable in tier 1. He is still slower than a lot of people in the midfield. He would be well picked up in tier 2 though.
But he has said before that he doesn't have the schedule to be able to race in tier 2.
Well,
He's not free for those races.
Everything can always change.
Yes, that is true. We have had drivers that wasn't able to race in tier 2 before, now get another different schedule for their personal life and then can race.
Yeah, tier 3 of course, at the moment the most incident heavy tier in CRF's Hungary race that we host. Tier 1, I think only had 1 safety car. Tier 2 had 3 safety cars. Tier 3 is also now on 3 safety cars. We got a good couple.
Now tier 3, they have hit the limit of safety cars before in Canada.
Will they be able to hit it here as well? We will see it soon.
We hope they don't.
About 13 laps remaining.
Now Labradan boxes. And he gets 10 seconds for ignore yellow flags because of the game not recognizing that he's in the pit lane.
Should have kept a higher delta.
No, that is the game thinking he's overtaking cars.
Oh yeah, ignoring yellow flags. Yeah, true.
That is the game not realizing he's in the pit lane and then thinks he's gonna overtake the cars, and he serves it immediately because he doesn't have a choice but to.
And he can't serve the drive-through because he can't serve drive-throughs under the safety car.
Labradan's race falling apart under the safety car.
Luckily, it promotes Der Wolf into P10, so he at least gets a little pity point out of this race.
You gotta feel bad for Labradan for what has happened during this one safety car.
Labradan, the man who usually can, but today he does not.
This will really push Ethan give him a nice boost in the championship.
Yeah, Rapid though in P8. Still not fully letting go of it. As long as he can keep it clean, make some overtakes, he is still able to contend for the championship.
Now he will just have to keep clean. He is in the softer tires than most other people. Now a lot of people have actually boxed for mediums. Let's actually quickly go to what tires people have. Now Rapsock on 6 lap old mediums already because of him boxing earlier than the others.
Yeah, but he is up in P5. At the moment, he should still have a nice little pace advantage. Safety car coming in this lap, which means Ethan gets his 3rd and hopefully final safety car restart of the race. Lost 6 people we lost this race alone.
Some to manual time and some to just crashing out on their own. Some to one to seemingly purposefully crashing in the pit lane.
Yeah, Kaslan not really looking good on that front.
And he goes already.
Ethan instantly goes. He just doesn't want to.
Really caught out Kragnar.
Really caught out Kragnar, but Pius is still right on his tail. Pius now promoted up to P2. Of course, penalties will affect the end of the race as well. We have some medium runners coming from far back of the field, so we might be able to still see some positions getting gained. But so far, only Rapsock is making an overtake on Kragnar, and he doesn't make it stick. Kragnar goes through. Still stays there. Harvey, though, right on the tail of Rapsock. Dryfan
going for a move on Harvey through the right-hander. Banging tires. Maybe Dryfan has to...
Harvey doesn't let go. Harvey doesn't let go. Harvey stays side by side through turn 5. And he does make it stick, and therefore is promoted up into P6. Those new tires are gonna get him really far up in these positions. And he is overtaking his teammate. Quite a bad spot to do so, because you leave a door open for the people behind. But he does make it stick as well. So now Ferrari fan is on the hunt for... He has got Parks Kragnar.
He is now on a podium based on penalties, but can he now catch up to the cars ahead? He's on a better tire, so you would think he could. And actually, Rapsock goes for a dive. and makes the move stick. That was a late defense by Kragnar. Now
And
Rapid going around the outside. Rapid making him pushed off by the Williams driver there, seemingly. Maybe.
Yeah, maybe it just caught onto the curb. DRS now enabled though. Still
But not for
nobody's
this
getting
straight.
it. Not for this straight and not for the next straight either.
Now, a bit of a tap as Kraken just closes door, but
Rapid now gets into the inside and just tries to go through. Rapid making the best job that he can. Kragnar though crossing tires with him, losing out massively due to this. But Ferrari fan is getting a bit, no, not Ferrari fan, sorry. Rapid is getting a lot of positions here right at the end of this race. Ferrari fan is going to get up more places as well. So we still have a really good fight for the lead.
now
As there's just about 2.5, 2.6 seconds between Kenyon and Ethan. And of course, Ferrari fan behind 1.5 seconds already. He is losing massive amounts of time.
Ferrari fan gaining rapidly on the cars ahead.
Yeah, gaining rapidly, like the guy in P6 who's also gaining rapidly on his teammate, Rabzog. Rabzog, of course, should try to keep up, to hold up Rapid as much as he can, because Rapid still is a threat for Ferrari fan.
But it could be difficult with given they're going on to main straight now, and Rapid will have DRS within 2/10.
Will not. He does try to break the toe. Where does Rapid go? Rapid goes towards the outside. Does make it stick easily without even a problem in sight. And takes P5 to him. Harvey now on the side of Kragnar. Goes for a move. Doesn't make it stick. Is he going to be able to get back to him though? Yep, they are side by side. Kragnar getting a worse line out of that. Out of turn 3 into turn 4. There might be some moves going on into turn 5.
No, Harvey flashing. He's saving his battery. No one to go alongside with his fast left-hander.
Yeah, so we are still quite fine. Ferrari fan though. Look at Ferrari fan go. He's 4/10 right behind Kenyon. Only about 3 seconds between P1 and P3. And those are the crucial 3 seconds that Ferrari fan needs to make up to the people ahead to get a good position. Rapid also on the hunt.
But
So
now,
far, no overtakes though.
based on experience from what I've seen from him, Ferrari fan not great with his battery in terms of saving. Has he used his battery to catch up too much, maybe to be able to maybe pull away from them afterwards?
Ferrari fan. Maybe we can go on board with Ferrari fan to quickly check if his ERS levels are any good. Oh wait, nope, your camera doesn't allow us to do so.
Maybe when his wheel turns. Oh, it is fully drained. His
Does
battery
not look
is
good for
fully
him.
drained.
Ferrari fan just pushing way too much.
Not learning from from his last race in terms of saving battery. But he is pushing almost Kenyon through the corner. He has way more grip than cars ahead, but he's just being held up now. He does have provisional P2 based on penalties, but he would want to get ahead and then be able to chase Ethan for P1.
Yeah, Kenyon holding him up is not necessarily the greatest thing, because those medium tires are going to degrade quite soon to the point where he is going to be slower.
Now Rapid right up behind Ferrari fan. Does Rapid have better battery? He does have better battery,
And
it
he
seems.
gets a way better exit, and he's instantly diving down into the third last turn. I do not know the turn number. Pushes Ferrari fan off quite a bit, but they're still side by side. Ferrari fan does not have the amount of battery he needs to actually contest for anything down the main straight, and he gets pushed wide, and Ferrari fan spins out.
Was that Rapid pushing Ferrari fan off, or was that just Ferrari fan going a bit wide because of a slight bit of contact?
That is maybe something that will go into a steward's report after this race, but Rapid though in P4. Yeah, Kenyon and Pius are both protecting each other quite aggressively here. I mean, Pius still wants to stay ahead of Kenyon, and Kenyon wants to go ahead of Pius towards the end of the race. So that is something that is going to be taken into account for them. Still not quite looking, not looking quite well.
Now Ethan has created a comfortable gap to the cars behind.
He has.
And with the mediums going off near the end, I don't think the mediums will be able to catch him.
Except he even makes a mistake, like in the early stages of the race, where we thought that Rapid would win, but him going onto the hard tire was the biggest mistake in his life for this race. Strategy calls being all over the place. Now that it's dry, it's of course a good decision, but before it wasn't a good decision at all. And
Backing out of a move on Kenyon.
He should have probably taken it. He needs to get past as quickly as possible. He would still gain DRS because they're both about in a second window to Pias, but
He is right behind Kenyon now. Almost bump drafting him.
And he's not getting past. He's not getting past. Kenyon is defending beautifully. Yeah, no.
Oh, locks up the rear but saves it.
That was a nice way of turning, using the rear lockup to get around the corner faster, to be able to accelerate way quicker than Kenyon can, and takes the position with that. So now it's time for Rapid to catch up to Pias. And then, of course, overtake him to at least get the P2 spot. This has been more of a no, that's not the word that I'm looking for. It has been a race where he's trying to just get back up as far as he can to repair the damage that has been basically given out by himself.
That he did to his own race earlier.
Consolidation race? I don't know. Nah, I'm just not getting that one word that I'm looking for. But he is making a good job of it. Of course, probably the incident with Ferrari fan being looked at after the race, if it gets reported, of course.
I would imagine if Ferrari fan is kind of annoyed about it, that he would report it. It seemed like something that we would expect to go to the stewards, where Ferrari fan lost a lot of time from that.
Yeah, but now Pias helpless on the straight. Rapid DRS enabled. Moves towards the inside and probably makes it happen before even the corner ends.
Before it starts even.
Before the straight ends.
Oh, and he's in the wall! Rapid is in the wall! And it's a VSC!
And there goes the contention for the win for Rapid, who has to box. There's no way that he's going to be faster than all these other drivers behind. The only person that he's going to stay in front of is still Labradan.
Just pushing too hard on the exit. Wanted to get ahead of Pias as soon as possible and just catch even, but just pushing too hard and just losing the rear.
Yeah. If it snaps hard. And that was Rapid in the wall after that huge snap that he had. This is a race for Rapid to forget. He's lucky that he's able to get one singular point. Hello, Big T in the chat.
As Rapid, not really slowing down as he should, given he has damage and going off basically everywhere.
Yeah, because he's trying to get back into the pit lane as quickly as possible.
But cutting corners to do it is not the way to do it.
That is true.
Now he will be boxing, of course. But sad Labrat Dan cannot make anything of it as he is 55 seconds behind the car ahead. Did he also box then? As he was only 30 something seconds behind before. As the race has now started. Now this has really helped even out in P1. Basically confirmed his win as long as he has a clean race. Now, can Ferrari fan get it? Will Ferrari fan just want to stick behind these two to get ahead on penalties?
It might be smart to do so.
But will the racer in him want to finish P2 on track, like so many people will feel like it's better?
What he should do is try to overtake Kenyon, but then just stay in front of Kenyon the whole time to keep that P2 position safe, because he wants to be close to Bartek, to Pias, but he doesn't want to be behind Kenyon because Kenyon is going slower through every turn than Pias is currently, and Pias will get that P2, will go down one position, same as Kenyon at least. The smartest thing for Kenyon would just to be let Ferrari fan by.
But will he do that? I don't think he will have a choice.
Yeah, the thing is, Ferrari fan would be ahead. He is on a faster tire. And
ooh, Kenyon going off a bit.
Ooh.
As I just saw, I think the Wolf actually making a mistake. As now,
Could have been.
Ferrari made the move on Kenyon quite easily with the DRS, and now it's
Which is now smart because Kenyon just needs to stay behind Ferrari fan the whole time, get slipped through on DRS, and he might be able to stay outside that window from his teammate Harvey. Ferrari fan is faster.
Now Ferrari want to catch up to Pius, gain that half a second now. Be able to get Ferrari gaining rapidly on Pius, but also losing the time in the next corner after.
Yeah, it's not looking good for Ferrari fan in terms of getting the win, but it is looking good in terms of staying in P2 and getting a confident P2. Pius, of course, we gotta remember 10-second time penalty.
Is it 10 second?
Yeah, he has a 10 seconds still.
Yeah, he has 13 seconds overall, and Kenyon with 6 seconds.
But that 10 seconds might be removed after the race because of the incidents that happened with Bartek. And his lag.
Maybe that could explain why the Pius stayed out on the safety car compared to so many other drivers.
Yeah, which would put him still into P2. Into P3.
Now, Kenyon actually staying nicely with Ferrari fan here. Which is exactly what he needs to do. Be able to have a chance of maybe getting ahead of Pius, but he does have those penalties more than Pius on track limits.
Yeah.
Rapid getting fastest lap for that extra consolidation point.
Good from Kenyon to stay behind. Ferrari fan now. Because Harvey is looking to get that sweet P4 from Kenyon, as Rabzok also has a 3-second time penalty, and Kenyon carries 6 seconds of penalties.
So Kenyon will also need to get a...
So either there's going to be a 3-second gap towards Rabzok, which means he stays in front of Rabzok and Harvey takes P4. Or Rabzok is going to stay in that window and Rabzok takes P4. Rabzok takes P5 and Kenyon goes to P6.
Now, Kenyon would want to get 3 seconds of Rabzok, but it doesn't look like it's going to happen. But Rabzok wants to stay within those 3 seconds so he can get within the penalty zone that he would have on Kenyon.
Yeah, so right now, what would be the best thing to happen is for Rabzok to hold up Kenyon, actually, but to not lose the front towards Pius. That would be the smartest thing to do at this very moment. Give Rabzok the extra position that he is gonna lose anyway, but at least stay in front of the Mercedes and get yourself the P2 that you need and that you of course want.
Actually, Rabzok is close to falling out of the penalty gap.
Pius still has a 3-second time penalty on top of that, so even if his 10 seconds are going to be removed, he will still end up P3.
Yeah, but I'm looking at Kenyon's gap to Rabzok.
Yeah.
With Rabzok having 3 seconds and Kenyon having 6, so Rabzok would want to stay within those 3 seconds of Kenyon, but...
penalties are not a need to be shown because of the fact that Pius currently has 13 seconds of time penalties, Kenyon has 6 seconds, and Rabzok has 3 seconds of time penalties.
Actually, that's a move. Harvey going for a move on Rabzok in the background. Easy DRS move.
Not really looking good for Rabzok now. He is over 3 seconds away.
I don't think he'll get the position from Kenyon here. I think this will end up being probably a 4-5 for Kenyon for the Mercedes, as we actually are on the last lap of the race, I just noticed.
Yeah, Harvey is gonna steal that podium though if he keeps up the pace. He just needs to be a little bit faster to be inside that 3-second time window. Also, Pius might get his 10-second time penalty removed. So I would think that the positions are gonna look a bit different after the reports come out. We got a hefty fight going on here though.
Rapid 3 seconds, but doesn't really matter given how far back Labadan is.
See Ethan going through the last lap, through the last corners, to take himself onto the first step of the podium to win the race in CRF3 Hungary's Grand Prix. Yeah, Hungary Grand Prix.
Hungarian Grand Prix, yeah.
What a great race by Ethan. Did it well, and
He-
all the competition took itself out.
He wins by 12 seconds on track. Dryfan taking P2 with Harvey getting the podium P3. Kragnar actually getting within this time penalty gap of Kenyon. So
Yeah,
not
Rapid.
the safe close side by side with the Mercedes as I thought it would be.
Rapid taking that consolidation prize, and of course Labradan, who did not like the virtual safety car, who did not like the full course, who did not like the safety car at all for this race today, was inside for a good position, lost it all.
This is a race to forget for the Alpine driver, that's for sure.
And that's his championship chances. Not gone, but in a very, very far away position.
Now, props to Ethan for winning by 12 seconds. That is not something just everybody can do.
Yeah, not everybody's able to do that. But to be fair, the main competition that he had took itself out.
Yeah.
No contact, no nothing. Skill issues today by a lot of people. Skill issues on the strategy as well.
This will also be a race to forget for Rapid, with him messing up the strategy and crashing out.
Yeah, Rapid putting a lot of stress onto himself. The championship is not won yet.
You now just see this point celebration with Red Bull being on top with kicks. Now this is that race finishing with Ethan finishing P1, Ryfan P2, and Harvey getting P3, rounding out the podium. Then we have Kragnar, Kenyon, Rapsor, Andy Ring, the Wolf, Pias, and then Rapid rounding up the pole positions, with also getting fastest laps, getting 2 points for that overall. Then outside the top 10 we have Labrat Dan, who's the final finishing car. Then we have Toby, Sean, Bartek, and both Liam and Kesslin, and Fishy Boy, both not finishing the race. We can just go through race selected so everybody can see it if they want to maybe get something taken away. And now that is the Hungarian Grand Prix over.
Yeah, CRF3 having a really good race today, even though it was littered with accidents, supposedly purposeful crashes, and retirements on track and off track. But in the end, it is a race that you might want to forget, and for others, you might enjoy quite a lot. But of course, you gotta remember, everybody that is here is racing for fun and the competition. And of course, for you guys out there in the seats watching us perform, and of course also just talking to us and engaging with us and watching the race. So that's something we are thankful for as well. So I'm gonna say thank you to everybody for watching, and of course also to our lovely sponsors. Yes, I'm gonna take that away from you.
That's completely fine.
We're gonna say big thank you to each and every one of our sponsors, including W, Rogue Energy, 3D Wrap, NordVPN, Fiverr, Zedax, Pitlane Prince, Saley, Moser, and Track Titan. Thanks to each and every one of you for making all of this possible. And of course, like I already said multiple times, thank you to each and everybody watching at home. Really is amazing to have you guys watch every single race that we have, and we appreciate it a lot. Other than that, next week is going to be an exciting race week for all the 3 tiers. First race next week is going to be Austria in CRF2, where Daredevil is hopefully also driving.
I will be back, yes.
Then, of course, on Sunday, the same time, we have Austria as well, commentated by me and probably Fridge. Sometimes Fridge doesn't know if he's time on that, so happens. And then, of course, on Monday, same time as today, we get CRF3 with the Austria race. The track in 2 weeks, Belgium, also going to be exciting. So be sure to stay tuned for everything. Be sure to be on our Discord and get pinged whenever a race goes live. And yeah, other than that, from my point of view, it's a done deal. And I would say thank you for watching and bye.
Yeah, I'll just like to quickly add to the 4 parallelograms below the stream. where if you click on the blue one, that'll take you to our Streamlabs page where you can make a donation if you want to. We don't force you to, but we do enjoy when it happens because it helps support us in what we do. If you want to join our ACC site, there are 2 parallelograms for that. One to a Discord, one to a SimGrid. They are both the red ones. The Discord is so you can get any event information. So you can see, like, if we're doing full course yellows or safety cars as we start doing now, testing that out. And so you can get all the info for that. And the SimGrid page, so you can sign up for those events. But if you do want to join our F1 site instead, click on the green parallelogram, where you can then join our F1 Discord, and then you can do the sign up and get put to wherever you want to, wherever you are best fitted. Now that is everything, I believe, so I'll also be saying thank you to all you beautiful viewers, and we'll be seeing you guys next time.